All right. How's everybody doing? Tell me something great. Just take yourself off mute. Tell me something great this morning that's already happened. Let's see. Admit all. Got more people coming in. Derek Sanderson, good to see you. Look at you achieve your dream. I love it. Nice. Megan, good to see you this morning. Awesome. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a view where I can see everyone. Let's do that. That's so much better. So much better. All right. Good to see everybody. We have a special guest this morning, Coach Randy Bird. Good to see you. Thank you for your support in this. We're going to get going here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You just watch. But we got a few more people coming on. And we have Dawn Conciatori from EXP Corporate. She is the creator of the RELO programs, REO, which is real estate owned or bank owned, and then also the affinity programs. And now I've learned she's in charge of even additional things, which we'll learn from her. But before I get going into full intro, we still got some people coming on here. So this is great. We'll get going in 1 more minute. Let's see. All right. And then Eric, if you could help me out and let other people in if I'm missing them here.
No problem.
More people coming in. Awesome. Good morning, Savannah. Thanks for the shout out to everyone. It is a wonderful morning. Okay. I know she's got a lot of things. Hey, Coach Jeff, good to see you, my man. And Randall from Arizona, Claudia. This is great. So we have a very special guest that I've coordinated for this morning. Dawn Conciatori from EXP Corporate has an extensive background in RELO programs, creating them from scratch, building them up to some of the nation's largest programs with big companies. This is prior to EXP. I think she's retired twice because she's been such a dynamo, but she's such a go-go worker, loves to build things that we convinced her to come out of retirement and said, hey, we need to build just a rock and RELO program and an affinity program and REO program. And we think you're the gal to do it. And she's just taking it just the bull by the horns. And every time I get a chance to speak with her, she's got some other iron in the fire and some other things she's building. And, oh my gosh, Matt, have you heard about this? And I said, Dawn, we got to get you back on the team meeting because these agents need to hear about all this stuff that you're putting together. And she now is at a point where these large companies that deal with leads all across the country, they used to be giving them to Realogy or some of these other companies and big time companies that do relocation. And now they're calling EXP. The word has got out that Dawn is the maestro and they're literally calling her out of the blue sometimes. And she's like, wow, how did you get, we know you, we know what you're doing. We've been watching and we're in town. We want to have lunch with you. She's like, oh my gosh, I'll change my schedule around. So, I mean, literally that's what's going on. And I said, Dawn, I want you to share some of the programs here with the agents. And I will give this plug. If you have not bought your tickets for EXPCon yet, you are missing out. EXPCon is amazing to begin with, but it will be the last last event ever that you can get certified for affinity, certified for REO, and certified for the RELO programs for free, no charge. They're 3-hour programs each. They're on, I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each one different. And I don't know what the charge will be, in the future from here on out, but shoot, if you're going to pay for those programs to get certified and get leads from EXP, why not put that money that you would have paid into a ticket for EXPCon and go and get into EXPCon, right? It just makes sense to me. So I'm going to step aside. Dawn, hopefully you can share your screen. I know you got some slides. Did we determine you can do it?
Yep, I can do it. I'm going to do it right now for you.
Awesome.
And we will be able to go. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this. And can you see it?
Yep. Let's
Okay,
do it.
great.
I know we're pressed for time, so let's
Great.
rock
So
it.
we're going to go through this fast. So Cindy says hi. She sends her love, but she's working
she's
on
great.
He's working on some other projects for us right now, and so that is where she is. So are you still seeing the fast track?
We are, yeah.
Okay, good. So I've just got to get over there. We are in the middle of a hurricane right now, guys. I could lose power at any moment. So you're seeing my hair up like this. I actually took my last shower because we normally lose power for, last time it was 14 days. So it was like the Last Supper this morning and the last shower of hot food, and we'll go from there. So everything is cool. We started the relocation division 20 months ago. And since then, it has grown in leaps and bounds. We are up at 4,000 referrals this week. And so we're really excited about that. So let's go ahead and talk about, in just 1 minute, let me get my cursor over to the right screen. And let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. It's really exciting that we've had the amount of business that we have had, as Matthew mentioned. It's gone really fast and furious. Okay, so let's go. We've got 3 divisions.
Yeah, I think if you do slideshow, it'll go full screen on you, I believe.
I did it before and it was too
big. Okay.
Yeah, it was too big,
Yep.
and I don't know why. So
Okay.
if I do that, let's see, if I do that, is it it's not actually working. So anyway, I'm going to leave it
Okay.
like that. Can you see it okay though?
We could see it. You're good.
Okay,
Rock
okay.
and roll. Yeah.
So we've got 3 new divisions: EXP Affinity, EXP REO, and EXP Relocation. These are the QR codes. If you want to scan them, it will take you right to our workplace chat groups. We've got the REO Mastermind, which is foreclosures. We've got the Relocation Affinity. We've got Express Offers, which I'm also responsible now for, and Making It Rain. Express Offers is bringing in some new business, very cool. Making It Rain has been really expanding what their marketing plans are, and we'll go from there. So why are we here? The whole reason we're here is to deliver the best service. The reason that Weichert Mobility is coming to us instead of using a Weichert broker in a market where there is Weichert and EXP,
Wow.
it's because we're outperforming, and it's because you are doing what needs to be done. And it's not easy. We're very demanding, but we have to be. If we don't, we're like everybody else. And if Weichert can use a Weichert broker because they're doing equal or better than us, they will do it every day. So we're fighting every day for you to be the best and to get the business. We work with the relocation management companies, the military government service agencies. How many of you have had a buyer or seller that's come on and they don't want their name on the listing? They want it withheld. Good reason, because they probably are in a sensitive position. They also don't want their names when they go ahead and the properties are registered right in the tax rolls. They don't want their names on it. They're going to have it withheld or it's going to be blank. There's reasons for that. We work with people like that. We're going to achieve. The reason that we're doing better is because we're providing the right tools, the best education, the best processes and procedures, and the systems. We're up to 15 people right now on my team, which is great. We were me alone 20 months ago.
Yep.
And so how big is relocation? It's huge. I'm not going to go into it. It's about a $25 billion industry. We are working with every relocation management company. Ayers is the only one that's very difficult to work with. And the average cost of relocation is about close to $100,000 a move for domestic move. An international move could be $1 million up front, meaning that's front loaded. Their employer will pay $1 million to move somebody over to, let's say, Singapore or Malaysia or Indonesia or China. It's very expensive. If we don't do the job right, we cost them more money. And so then the move isn't 100,000, it might be 120,000 because we made a mistake in helping them buy a house that isn't saleable when they're going to move in 18 months again. So, escalation clauses, things like that, they can cause problems. So we have to be really careful in what we do. So when we talk about what we're doing here, these are the different services, some of the different services that we offer: marketing assistance, home sale, destination is helping them buy a home, inventory properties, the company buys the home from the employer, the employee, and then they give it to us. The employer owns the home. We're up to about 17 homes now. We had 0 3 months ago. So we're seeing inventory properties. We expect probably by mid next year, if the market doesn't change, we could end up with 400 or 500 inventory properties. Those are guaranteed listings. They're a beautiful listing, like an REO, but they're in great shape. Somebody's being transferred. The employer gives them their equity. They give the home. The employer then gives the home to us to market and sell. It's a guaranteed listing to you. but we're responsible for mowing the grass, for maintaining the pool, for shoveling the snow. If there's an earthquake, you're going to have to go back and check the house. Was there any damage? Is everything okay? So those are the things we do. Settling in services, or when international people move. Group moves. I moved 1,200 people from West Palm Beach up to Hartford, Connecticut. With Pratt & Whitney. IRS tax benefits. When you take a listing on a relocation, we have to follow the IRS tax benefits. There are 11-step guidelines. If you don't, that $100,000 that cost that employee to move can lose its tax benefits, can be considered pure income, and they may have to pay their pure tax rate on it the following year. So do not try and talk the employee out of following their relocation program. The reason they have it is to provide the tax benefits. If you talk them out of it and they don't do that, and you don't let them know, and by the way, when I talk you out of this, that money that costs you to move that you're going to get paid to is now going to be pure income to you next year to be taxable, they can come back to you the following year and go after you because you're an expert. You should have known that. We don't, and we're getting people in trouble. So it's really important that we are following the rules. When we talk about, let's go to the different types of referrals. We've got buyers, sellers, affinity. What is affinity? Affinity is when an employee or a member of an organization moves outside of a corporate relocation. So Bundle Select is a company we signed. Matthew Stewart helped us on that. They have 6.3 million employees that are it's 250 corporate 1,000 companies that are part of this program. Those employees, we are the exclusive real estate provider, and we are on each one of those corporate intranet sites for those employees for real estate moving services. Thank you, Matthew, for helping us with that. That was the big one. Corporate housing, broker to broker, e-leads, affinity, inventoried properties, all those are going to be funneled down through us so that it can come to you in a very well thought out, planned way. And so that you can get your money. We want to make sure that your commission is paid at close whenever possible. We want to make sure the referral fee is paid at close whenever possible. Because if we don't, some companies will charge us a fine of $250 for a late referral fee. You don't want that to be coming out of your commission. So that's why we're going to make sure that you're as protected, you have all the tools that you need, and so that you do a great job so that referrals will come back to you over and over again. The qualifications, you have to be licensed a minimum of a year, meet our performance expectations. We have some clients that expect to be licensed for 2 years, but new agents will see, why should I be certified? Is it worth it for me? Yeah, we all started at some place. So if you want to start, this is the way to do, become certified in our training. If you're not certified, and even agents very experienced, let's say your company, your next door neighbor is a CEO of a major company, he's being transferred. He says, hey, Tom, I want to go ahead and use you to sell my house. Tom goes, great. Is Tom relocation certified? No, he's not. And so then he's going to be requested, his employer will request him, and the relocation management company and the employer will go, no, we can't do that. He's not certified. We need to use a certified agent to protect our IRS benefits and make sure that his benefits aren't at risk. So Tom, it's really good. And I think he already is certified. So thank you, Tom. Okay, here's an example of some of the companies we work with. This is just a quick example. Caprelo, TRC, Serva, Cardis. Cardis is Coldwell Banker, ERA, Century 21. Why do they come to us? Why do we have over 100 referrals with them right now, today? Because we're outperforming. We're doing a great job.
That's so amazing to me. They're Coldwell Banker, they're Century 21, but Cardis is coming to us, EXP.
We don't go and we don't brag about it to their Coldwell Banker, because I don't want Coldwell Banker in California to go back and complain. Why are they not giving it to us? The reason is we're quiet, we're like a stealth, and we're in there getting the business, giving it to you. You're doing a great job. And then they'll come back to you because they keep track of who outperforms, which are the best agents in the market. And so as long as you're doing the best agent, that's great. So those are number of companies, just a sampling. We work with every relocation management company, by the way. Ayers is the only one that's very difficult, like I mentioned, to work with. What do companies expect? One point of contact, that's us, the relocation division, a happy transferee. That means that we have to deliver every single time. If you get business directly to you, that's great, but immediately send the referral to us so that we can sign it. Your broker of record does not sign referrals anymore. It comes to us. We sign every corporate referral. So it comes to us. They want exceptional service, and they want you to do a great job every single time. They want a formal reload division. If they have 1,000 referrals that they want to give out across the country, or even in California, they don't want to talk to 1,000 agents and explain 1,000 times how to handle their referrals. They come to eXp Relocation Division. We know how to handle it. We know exactly what their request, what they expect. We come to you, the agents, and we explain it to you. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. Some of you are going to say, wait a minute, that's crazy. We don't want to do it that way. I can do it. That's not how I do it. Well, guess what? If you don't follow the IRS 11-step guidelines, if we don't follow what their company guidelines are, we're in trouble. They will not give you relocation again. In fact, they have a list. It's called the DNU list, the do not use list. You never want to get on that list. And if you try and negotiate the referral fee, you'll immediately go on the list. They don't negotiate referral fees. We have a corporate contract with most of these companies, or an understanding with them that, hey, this is what happens. If there's an opportunity to negotiate the referral fee for you, we are in there doing that for you, okay? We're gonna match the agent with the best, we're gonna match you with the relocation employee, okay? How do we lose the business? By giving business out to you, referrals out on a rotation business. If we do it by rotation, we're not matching the employee to you, the agent. That's why we get to know you. We have your profiles on staff. We know in eRelocation, our program that we send to you, we've got your information there with your things that you've gone ahead and filled out for us. We're going to match you with that agent to make sure it's a best match. And they like that. If we don't do that, we have inconsistent service. If we don't have company policies or procedures, and we're behind the times, if we're not forward thinking, we're going to not be able to grow the business like we have, and we're beating them. And trust me, our competitors are watching us. They're all over us, watching what we do. You know, I've had an agent call and he says, hey, I'm so-and-so. And I said, oh, good. Who are you with? You know, what's your name? And he mentioned the company, but he didn't mention that it was another company. He was with another company trying to call to find out what he's got to do to get our business. I'm not going to give him our goods. I'm not going to tell him what's going on. So we're really careful about who we talk to and who we share information with, because you never know. Okay, the next one, as I go down, and let me go over, is how do we retain the business? Again, having a single point of contact. We follow our policies and procedures. We match you with the right employee. We use our certified and trained agents. Server relocation, when they call them, they want to go ahead and give us a referral. The first thing they say is make sure it goes to a certified agent. So if you're not certified and your employee wants to use you, you could be out of luck, because they're going to say, no, we don't use uncertified agents. So it's important. You have to be able to offer solutions and suggestions to make the home marketable, which you do that normally. That's what you guys do. When there's a problem, it's okay to come to us and say, we have a problem, here's what it is, but come to us with solutions for it. You're the experts in your market. If you have a problem, that's going to happen. It's part of the industry. But what solutions do you suggest? We trust you to be the experts in your markets. You need to come to us with what those solutions potentially could be, even if it costs money. Often we can go back to the relocation company and say, listen, this is what's going on. It's going to cost $300 to have an additional cleaning. They've just vacated the house. The house is dirty. We need to go ahead and have a cleaning on it. It's going to be $350. We'll get that approved for you. So those are the things that you do if the employee is still not responsible for the house. Here's differences in showings. This is what a house looked before. We had a house that was full of single guys. Once they left, when we staged the house, this is what it looked at. Better, and that's what we need to do. Here's another one. We had before and after rooms. Once we got the stuff out, and we did a little painting, you know, this is what it looked like. So we need to make sure that what you're doing is we have to put the house in the best light. You have to let us know what needs to be done. We'll get the relocation management company. Many times they're going to do it. And so that's really important to do it. Here's what the bedroom looked like before. Here's what the bedroom looked like after. So it makes a difference on how much money we're going to get for the property. Here's what used to be down in the basement. Here's what is now, it looks like after. So let's stage the homes if we can. Let us know what it's going to cost. But if a staging is going to make a difference on selling a home, you've got to let us know. How do we get the business? The companies establish their policies, and then we have to execute those policies for them. If we try and change the policy, a relocation company policy because you don't think it looks good or it's not working for you, that's not going to happen. They've had experts that create these policies. If you deliver great service every time, that's all we need, and it's going to go. So let's go down. We've talked about that. We've talked about solutions. We've talked about how we get the business. Okay, here's one of them, Plus Relocation. They have a great program, and they also have a great, let me see if I have it. Do I have it here? I don't. They have a great video. It's a 3-minute video, and it talks about what it's like. So when we give you a buyer, when you call that buyer and you're going to talk to, it could be the partner, it could be the missus, it could be the mister, whoever it's going to be, you need to identify, hey, this is Dawn Conciatore. I'm the agent with eXp Realty. Your Plus Relocation has asked me to contact you, and I'm going to come and help you look at houses in California. I want to get to know you. I want to find out what you're looking for. Let me figure out, what I can do to help you. You're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to go there because they're being contacted by their corporation's HR, the relocation management company's manager, eXp Relocation Division. Then you're the agent. They've got an appraiser calling them. They've got their household goods company calling them. They've got, you name it, inspectors calling. There's a lot of people they're being contacted by. Introduce yourself, let them know where you are and how you fit into the program. When you get a listing, you have literally 2 hours to call that employee and introduce yourself because they are waiting for you to call. They need to get their house on the market. You need to go to the house and you need to go ahead and figure out, you're going to do the BMA report, which is like an appraisal. You're going to take pictures with your cell phone. These are not marketing pictures. These are pictures that are for the report only. And you're going to do a great job filling this report out. Let us know when you've got in there to do it. Your goal when you're going to take the listing is to establish rapport with the seller. You're going to inspect the property to establish the value. You're going to take the pictures with your cell phone, answer questions they have. Do not get them to sign a listing agreement at the first visit because that's against the IRS guidelines. And you're going to point out to them any improvements or updates that they should do or need to do to sell the house. Okay. When you do that, you're always going to be competing for the listing. There's always 2 agents going out. So Matthew, you've had one, you went out, you knew she was going to use you on that listing, but still 2 agents had to go out and compete for that listing. So you can lose the listing at any time, right? But you did a great job. You went in there, and also sometimes we're called in to be the 3rd agent. They might have called Coldwell Banker, they might have called Century 21, and their values aren't correct. They're out of spread by 5%. When that's the case, sometimes that's our opportunity to get in the door. We get in the door with no opportunity to capture that listing, and guess what? Our agent does such a good job. They capture that listing. That employee says, we want to use you because you're the best. Out of all the agents, you did the best job. You gave us the most information. Your report was thorough. It was clean. You told us what we need to do to sell our house. And guess what? You get in there, you capture the listing, and then our agents sell. So when we compete with the listing, there's always 2 agents. There is always a listing exclusion clause that is part of the listing that will be signed. And that exclusion clause will state if and when, and here's a market analysis. This is part of the report that you do fill out. It's not easy. It's called the BMA or the IRCBMA. That's what we call it. You have, when you go visit the house, take pictures with your cell phone of every single room. You have 48 hours to finish that report and send it to us. Everything has to be filled in, no blanks. The exclusion clause I talked about that is attached to the listing, and Matthew's remembering because you forget as you do this, it states that to preserve the right of the home, they will go ahead and when they list it with us, if and when that home ever goes into inventory, or what happens if that employee, there was a job reorg in the company, they're not going to be moving. They have to stay another year in this house. They can take that house off the market. We have no commission. Or they decide they want to buy the house. The employer wants to buy the house and it's going into inventory. We do not get paid commission on that. We only get paid commission on when you list the house and it sells in MLS. So marketing assistance rules for selling homes, it's the IRS guidelines we're dictated by, and we have to go ahead and follow everything the way that they want it to happen. The employee will select the agent to market their home. There are 2 contracts that are signed. So when Matthew listed the house for his employee, he got a buyer. that came in and wants to buy the house, the buyer and seller never signed the same contract. There are two contracts, one simultaneous close. It goes from the seller to the relocation management company once there are terms between the buyer and seller verbally agreed upon. That's one contract. Then the second contract is from the relocation management company to the buyer. Buyer and seller never signed the same contract. There are two contracts, one simultaneous close. That's part of the IRS 11-step guidelines. It's absolutely legal. It's been going on for over 40 years in the industry. And you need to make sure that you help your sellers, the agents on the other side, know and understand what the process is. Because if you don't, there can be a problem with that agent and that seller not understanding how the program works.
So quick question for you, Don, because I know we usually keep it to 30 minutes.
Yes.
And I don't want to cut you off necessarily, but I think some of this is going to be covered in the certification.
That's correct.
At EXPCon, right?
That's correct. So let me go and wrap it up.
Okay, go ahead and wrap it, because I do have
Okay.
there's some good questions here as well that I'd like you to address.
Absolutely. So relocation, as you can see, it's not as simple as one would think. There's a lot to it. You have to follow the IRS guidelines. On the buy side, there's certain things we can do and not do, because you don't want to sell somebody a house that will be difficult to sell in 2 years again. So in your mind, you have to keep, is this one the easy one to sell? And if not, you let us know, we let the company know, and there's ways we work around that. Let's talk about REOs. So we have an affinity. REOs are real estate owned foreclosures. That's heating up. We actually have an investor that has approached us with 1,500 listings. Unfortunately, they're not any in California. They're in other states. So it's coming. It is definitely coming. There are things that are happening. We're talking to Altasource. We're talking to Carrington. We're talking to Dawson's. There are a lot of companies we're talking to. So, which is exciting. That business will be coming, and as it comes, we'll be flowing it through to you, our agents that are certified. Let's talk about Affinity. That's a big one. It's going to be so exciting at EXPCon. We're rolling Affinity certification out. That's teaching you how to go after business outside of a corporate relocation. That could be, have you ever thought of going to your hospitals, to your fire departments, your police departments, your school districts, all the employees in those areas? Have you ever thought of going to those areas and offering them real estate and moving service programs as an affinity program? So those people will come to you, Patrick Hake, at the individual time. So Patrick, let's say you go out in your market. You've gone to your fire departments, police departments, hospitals, your school districts, the biggest employers in your local markets, right? They want to work through you directly, and you're offering them our real estate moving services program. You're the point of contact. They're coming to you first. Anything outside of that market, those listings or those buyers are handled by the relocation division, and then we will go ahead and assign them out for you, and you get a piece of that. So there's ways, instead of me going out and trying to offer this in every single market, I need to empower you, our agents, to go out and do that in your specific markets. So we're going to provide you with the tools and the information that you need to know how to go do it. Who are the people you talk to? What's the message that you send? And then how does the program work? Okay, so that's in a nutshell. Let's give me some questions.
Okay, awesome job. Affinity is
one question.
Oh, yeah.
EXP Express offers. That is
Oh.
huge. We've got some new huge clients rolling in right now. You're going to learn about
Really?
it at EXPCon. Yes. Very
Okay.
exciting. Okay.
Give us
And
a
then,
little teaser, like a 30-second teaser. Come on.
a 30-second teaser. A
Yeah.
lot of business.
Wow.
We've got a lot of buyers, and a lot of listings. So Terry's got it. You're going to learn about it at EXPCon. That's basically all I can say without giving
Okay.
names
All
out.
right.
But
That is a
yeah,
teaser for sure.
some cool
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and take your screen share off so we can see
sure
everybody
will.
here. Let's
Okay.
do that.
Yep.
See all our lovely faces here. Okay. So a couple things. Let's see. Exit.
I know. Can you exit? I'm trying to get it out. Let me see. I'm trying to get up there. Stop my shared. I'm trying to get onto my. Let me go back to it and do it here.
You could
Post
take
it.
the share off too, Matthew, at the view options at the top. You can stop the screen.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Here we go. View options, stop persistent sharing.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
perfect.
Okay, so a couple things. One is we have a gal, Cindy, who's been doing REO or relocation for a number of years. She
Okay.
has sold Serva homes for 7 years and has never needed
Good.
to do a certification.
Good.
Why do I need to do a certification now?
She's lucky. Because we've had Serva many times come back and say, it could be she's doing it for the same company, same corporation.
Okay.
That company may not require that. I can tell you that we've had Serva at least a dozen times in the last couple months come back and say, if they're not certified, don't come. So you can continue to do what you're doing. That's
Mhm.
fine. If you want any other business, like all the other 89 relocation management companies that we're doing business with, if you'd like an opportunity for that business, you need to be certified. We have many companies that won't allow it at all. So there were some like myself that I defied all rules, right? They would come to me no matter what, because I always did the right thing for them. But there's changes in the industry. There's things that happen. We've got our affinity. We've got other corporate clients. In fact, today before Matthew, I just need maybe 5 minutes. I need agents in a couple different counties in California because we have signed a national contract with, anybody worked with Home Story before?
Anybody here of Home Story? Anyway, yeah, you were telling me about the Home
Yeah.
Story. That is a huge dump of leads
it's
and
huge.
homes. Like it's huge, huge.
It's huge.
you
I need to
have-
give them
yeah.
1,000 agents names by the end of today. And I'm about 400 in. So before the end of this meeting, I'm hoping if you guys can even drop your names in the chat box. I need to know the county that you're in. I need your name and your phone number and your email, please. So if you
Okay,
would
so-
put them in and I will tell you the areas and then you could
Yeah,
could
just
go,
rattle off the counties and then the
Okay.
people that are relevant to those counties, put them in. Otherwise, we'll get inundated with stuff here. So
yeah.
what counties do you need?
Okay, I'm going to
While you're doing that,
Go ahead.
there was feedback that she had got
Yes.
from another relocation. She lost $1 million listing because either I think, let me go back to the chat here. The
tell me what
client-
happened. Mhm.
Well, I think the client said, let's see here, hold on. Where is it? Yeah, I just lost $1 million listing because the relocation company told me that EXP is not a real company. They are an internet company.
Doggone. So come to us when you get those because we actually go right back to the company you're dealing with most likely. So there's one company, which is AIRES, AIRES, which is very difficult. And there's things going on with them. There was an agent who's no longer with EXP before we even had our relocation division, who did something with them and must have cost them money because they do still work with us, but it's a battle.
Okay.
And that's some of the things we've heard about from them. But if
Okay.
somebody says they won't work with us, come to us. Weichert Relocation has told our agents, we can't work with you. We only work with Weichert. We go right back to Weichert. Listen, the CEO of a number of these companies are my friends.
Yeah.
I just call them and we get in. So we've got, 4,000 referrals with all these companies. But you'll have sometimes a relocation manager at one of those relocation management companies
That's
who
an old
doesn't have,
school.
right, who's old
Yeah.
school and doesn't know
Yeah.
that we are. Okay, counties I need
Okay,
8
go ahead.
agents, Alameda, 8 agents in Alameda. I need 6 in Contra Costa, 5 in Santa Clara, 5 in San Francisco, 5 in San Mateo. And there's more. Let me go and find more. So let's go and answer. What other questions do you have?
Okay. So I'm not going to EXPCon, but can I still sign up for the certification classes or are
Yes.
they good?
Not at EXPCon. So EXPCon is going to be our last time offering classes free.
Okay.
We've for 20 months offered it free. And so what we're going to be doing is charging a small nominal fee for all the classes. So you can take them at your leisure whenever you want.
Okay.
And it will be small. Other counties right now, I need Fresno, Tulare, Tulare, Kern.
Tulare. Yeah.
Yep, Tulare, Kern. Okay, and let me go back and answer the question. Sacramento County,
Oh, you do need Sacramento.
yeah,
Okay.
Sacramento.
I think I'm already one of yours. Your gal called me yesterday.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the question again, Matthew?
Okay. I am going to EXPCon.
Okay.
How do I get certified
Okay,
or sign up
perfect.
for the certification classes?
Here's our calendar. Wednesday, affinity training 1 to 4.
Okay.
Thursday, and it's certification. Thursday, relocation certification 1 to 4. Friday, REO certification 9 to 12. And it's going to be a data dump. It's going to be fast and furious. You're going to love it. You'll be able to say you're certified, and it will be very, very good. Okay, more counties.
But how do they sign up? Is it when
They'll
you get to
sign up.
EXPCon, you just
They'll
go?
sign-
There's a
you
big
need
enough
you
room to
need
house
have
everybody.
A paid pass to EXPCon and you're in.
Okay,
You just come to
cool.
the training, come on time. We do scan badges going in and we
Okay,
do scan badges going out.
that's
So
how they
that's
get tracked.
how we
Okay.
do it, okay? I
Okay.
need Sonoma County. I need Solano. Okay. As you can tell, I need a lot of agents, and that's
Yeah.
it for, looks like that's it for California.
Okay. And then lastly, two things. One is for those of you that are still on here, if you have not attended Randy Bird's Thursday agent attraction calling class, even if it's not even on your radar to attract agents or what have you, you still should learn about some of the offerings at EXP. And Randy's done a brilliant offering every Thursday from 8:30 until 10. He at randybird.live. Randy Bird, and that's BYRD, randybird.live. And you hop on at 8:30 and he brings in a special guest every week, a new guest, and they're just absolute rock stars. So for example, tomorrow he's got Rick Jiha, who him and his wife Casey have built a multiple thousand agent revenue share organization. In addition to him still being in production, he's doing a ton of transactions down in the Bay Area. So that's going to be a very special guest. And then next week, is going to be Angela Fazio. She's the wife of Chuck Fazio, and they built the largest independent brokerage single office in the nation of over 900 agents in one single office. Can you believe that? And they quit that and came to EXP and so on. So amazing learning. You always pick up stuff from these rock stars when Randy is interviewing them for the first 30 minutes. And then Randy does live calls where you can listen in to him making live calls to agents and how he does it. I'd strongly encourage everyone, even if you're not focused on recruiting, to at least hop on and listen. The other thing is, Dawn, we want to say a quick prayer for you and other EXP and just everybody in Florida, because you guys are getting hit hard and so on. So for those that you would like to partake, please do so. But Lord God, we just come before you and in humility, and we just want to just put the people of Florida before you. This natural disaster is just coming in and causing all kinds of havoc. And Lord, we just pray that you would be with them, comfort them, protect them, and give them a way out. And Lord, just put your covering over these people of Florida and let them see your light, your grace, your mercy, and your love for each and every one of them. We love you and we praise you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. So if you look at the weather maps, you'll see that it's going over Sarasota and cutting across the state and just a little by Daytona Beach. I'm just north of Daytona, cutting up over. So my sister's in Sarasota. She's Cat 5 right now, 4 to 5.
Wow.
I'm praying. And then it's coming right up over us by tonight. So we've got, lights, you name it, we've got everything. And I'm a little bit of a prepper, I found out, because I have lots of food, canned food. So, chocolate
Well,
pudding.
we're blessed that you would carve out the time for us and pour into us at this,
Thank you.
critical time out there in Florida. So
Matt, would you make sure that this chat with all the names, if I'm not able to copy them, because I'm trying to copy and paste them to my report, just don't, because I think I'll lose this all, right?
well, we are recording it. And so Eric, who works with Tom, he can forward you the recording.
Awesome.
And that I found out on the recording, it also has the chat saved as well, at least on when I did it yesterday. So Eric, is that true?
Yeah. Yes, that is. I can get that over to you, Don. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just copy and paste it right now, because I'll get off right now. But thank you so much for having us, guys. We're so excited. Our goal is that we have built the biggest referral machine that exists globally, and that we have the best quality referrals for you that we can drive to you at any time, so that it's not just a one-off, but they're getting them consistently. And that's the goal. So it's a big nut, because we've got a lot of agents.
You're doing it though. It's awesome. Every time I talk to you, it's more and more stuff going on. So I wanted all the agents to know about it. Right.
Okay. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you, Don.
Okay.
All
you
right,
too.
guys. Hey, now you've got your inspiration. Now you get to go out and put in your perspiration. I'm representing Tom Daves to the fullest here. So have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on randybird.live at 8:30. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.